The Faculty of Mathematics and the Internet Project are very pleased to host this very special seminar. As background, for some of you that may not know why we have this seminar, the J.W. Graham Medal in Computing and Innovation was created to recognize the leadership and the many innovative contributions made to the University of Waterloo and to the computing industry by J. Wesley Graham. J. Wesley Graham was a professor at the University of Waterloo and a university administrator as well. Each year, the J.W. Graham Medal is awarded to a graduate of the Faculty of Mathematics, and the person that is chosen is typical or exemplifies many of the qualities of Wes Graham. I was delighted, I must admit, when I heard that Dave Boswell was this year's recipient. On a personal note, I was fortunate enough to teach with Dave in the Far East, once in Hong Kong and once in Malaysia. Along with the help of IBM, we were teaching teachers on how to use networks in their classrooms. I saw firsthand Dave's teaching ability, his entrepreneurship, and his expert knowledge and skill in shopping. Oh, he has other knowledge and skills as well, but that's the one I noticed the most. Before we introduce our speaker, I want to invite you all to stay after Dave's presentation for a few light refreshments in the room immediately to my left. So as soon as the presentation is over, then we can migrate over there for some talk and for some refreshments. So without any further ado, Don, will you please introduce our speaker? This is Don Cowan, Distinguished Professor Emeritus of the School of Computer Science.
Thanks, Shirley. It's a pleasure to introduce David. I've known him for a long time. About 1975, I believe. It's 28 years, so that is a long time. Dave came to the University of Waterloo as an undergraduate in mathematics and computer science. He then, as his first summer job, he was one of the few who's not been a co-op student. As his first summer job, he joined the computer systems group and contributed in many, many ways. But Dave has what I call a laid-back style. I think there's turmoil underneath, but boy, on the surface, he's really calm. You know, the old duck pedaling like hell into the water. And I think a couple of times it got Dave into a bit of trouble. In fact, almost got him fired, I understand, if I remember. Fortunately, a couple of people who were in this room, I understand, protected David just a little bit. And thank God they did, because fortunately, he made fantastic contributions both to the computer systems group and to some of the businesses that have developed in this area. Dave worked on a lot of different things. He worked on the Waterloo Pascal compiler, Waterloo Systems language. Back in those days, Bell Labs had this crazy idea that they were going to make money off software written in C. And so we went out and invented our own language so we didn't have to pay them. He worked on hardware, good old soldering gun in hand, helped build the scoreboard for the World Water Ski Championships, which were held in Toronto in 1979. And he did many, many other things in computer systems group. That just gives you the flavor of it. Of course, Shirley mentioned the Far East and Dave's skill at shopping. We can go into that later. David then, just as we were moving into this building, David was given the job of buying all the furniture for the offices. And he thought, my God, I can't stand this administration. So he moved to Whatcom. Just as we were moving into this building, of course, what did they do with Whatcom? They put him in charge of marketing. And he did a great job there, brought Whatcom up quite a lot in terms of its marketing efforts. Then, of course, Whatcom merged with PowerSoft, and a year later merged with Sybase. And of course, the standard joke in Whatcom at that time was, what's next, Beatrice Foods? But fortunately, that didn't happen. David then worked with the PowerSoft in the Boston area, then came back to Waterloo, became CEO of another startup called LivePage, which has then merged with Janus Systems, which then merged with Siebel Systems. And currently, David is taking a well-deserved furlough. I use that word. But, you know, he can't stand to just do nothing, so what's he doing? He's learning how to fly a helicopter. And with that, David, I invite you up here to make your presentation.